Hey guys, Skinny Elephant here with my pal Seabass.
What's up, guys? Hey, Champions League, I'm really excited for this. It's going to be some really big games, semifinals. First game tomorrow, Tuesday, it's going to be Real Madrid and Manchester City. And, first game is going to be at home for City, so it's going to be big for the Etihad. What are you thinking? How are you looking? How are you excited for the game?
Yeah, it's going to be big for the Etihad. It's going to be huge, guys. City, really surprising to see him here. You know what? Joe Hart has been fantastic. I really like Joe Hart in this one. He's really kept them in it. The company is just coming back, so City are going to be really strong. Aguero looks like he's in the form of his life right now. Phenomenal. Don't count Madrid out, though. I mean, I actually really like Madrid in this one. I feel that they will succeed. Ronaldo's coming back, maybe day to day, but it looks like he will be back. Benzema as well will be back. So City look really strong, and so do Madrid. And I feel that Madrid, City will do very well at home. I feel it'll maybe be 0-0, 1-1 or so, around there at the Etihad. But heading back to the Bernabeu, I like Madrid a lot. And I feel 2-0 at the Bernabeu. Ronaldo scoring a pen. Maybe, but Ronaldo looking to step up and maybe win that coveted 11th Champions League for Madrid this year. We'll see, but I really like Madrid in this one. How about you?
You know what? I'll have to agree with you. I really like Madrid. Since Benitez firing, Zidane has really done well taking over Madrid.
Benitez was just a freaking, let's be honest. Were they really going to win the Champions League with Rafa Benitez, guys?
No.
Seriously.
Being honest, I think this is still a different Champions League. Being honest, I think they put Benitez in, the executives, because they knew there's no other way to get Zidane in. And I think that's why they did it. But moving on, Zidane has been done really well with Madrid. He's been there. He's been a huge leader for Madrid on the field, and now off the field he's doing a lot better than most people expected for his first year coaching. Actually a top team.
Just they look like they're having fun under Zidane. They look like they can go out there and just have fun and do whatever they want, and it looks entertaining to watch. They've been attacking a lot more. Rafa Benitez isn't the easiest coach to play under, so when they brought Zidane in, they just look like they're having the time of their lives out there, and I feel that's going to really portray on the field tomorrow. And Pellegrini against his old team, it's going to be interesting. I feel that Pellegrini's more experienced coach, but Zidane has a trick or two up his sleeve. So Hart's a better goaltender than Casilla or Navas there. So that's going to be really interesting when it comes down to the nitty-gritty stuff. But I really like Madrid, as I've already stated, in this one. So what's your prediction there?
My prediction, I'm going Madrid. It's the obvious choice. I'm not counting City out. They have a great team, and they've really surprised a lot of people. Premier League teams have done well in recent years in the Champions League, and City's been really showing everyone up. And you got to give it to City. Everyone's just saying, oh, oil money, this and that, but they've actually built a legitimate project. They're actually really trying to do something with the team, and I think that shows over a lot of other teams that are kind of coming in now with all the big money. And it's going to be interesting. I think the key things is going to be goaltending, because Hart is going to be huge for City. And Keylor Navas, the fans in Madrid love him. They really love him. He's a great guy, and he's a really good goalkeeper. But I don't think he's the guy who's going to help him that much. It's going to be key on defense. And Pepe and Ramos are going to just throw everyone out. They're going to try to get Aguero intimidated, because that's how they're the type of defenders they are. They just like to get him riled up.
A little elbow to the face, A little elbow to Aguero's face.
But what? Aguero is a very cool, calm-headed striker, and like I said, like we both mentioned, he's been on fire lately. He's been injured for a good part of the season. He's come back now, and he's just scoring goals like it's nothing. And I think that's going to be big for him. I know, personally, another big factor for City is going to be De Bruyne. He's been gone for a long while, but since he came back, him and Silva have been a huge influx of creativity for City. So I think they're going to be the most dangerous aspects for City. Aguero and De Bruyne. They're going to give Madrid a real scare. And if anyone's going to help City go through and make it to the finals, is going to be Hart, De Bruyne, and Aguero. But you know what? Madrid, my only worries are Ronaldo and Benzema. Benzema, the last couple games, he's been injured and coming back, injured and coming back. So I don't know if there's kind of he's niggling an injury or something like that, and how it's going to help, because you know he's going to come back early, and what happens if he's going to be injured again? Who do they really have as a backup striker? You know what? They could put Ronaldo as a striker. They bring Hesse on the wing, but Hesse's been good, but I don't think he's Champions League material just yet, especially when they're coming to the semis and finals. Another big factor is Ronaldo. You know what? There's a lot of lovers, there's a lot of haters. But all you haters have to admit, Ronaldo's been stepping up lately. All the criticism for years and years is that Ronaldo doesn't step up in big games. But more recently, he's been stepping up in big games. He's been shutting everyone up. He's saying, you know, you, shh. And he's showing it. He's proving it. You know, and you got to give it to him. I don't like Ronaldo. I'm not a Ronaldo fan, but you can't deny that fact. And you know what? If he stays fit, I think he's going to be a big guy for them. And, you know, another big part for Madrid, I have to say, is Bale. You know what? He's been inconsistent domestically, but internationally for Champions League, he's been one of their most important players. He's always been the guy that steps up. And those are the guys that you need. And you know what? I'm gonna say Madrid's gonna go through to the final. Anything you have to? Any last words you want to put in there?
No, I agree with everything you said. I love how you praise Ronaldo, and you're just like, I don't like him. I don't like him at all, guys. You know, but he's cool and he's good. You know. Yeah.
You cannot like a guy, but you gotta give credit where it's deserved. That's all I have to say.
You pretty much just like praised him, and then you're like, yeah, but I don't like him. You know, but it's okay. He's good. You know, but. Anyways, yeah, no, I can't mention Joe Hart enough, and Company coming back, it's going to be big for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I feel City will tame the beast at home, but heading back to the Bernabeu, it's a scary stadium to play in if you're a visitor, and I feel that Madrid will take it and head to the finals once more, looking for that 11th Champions League trophy.
Alright, you know what? Whatever. We can disagree on that one. But next game, following that, is going to be Bayern Munich and Atletico Madrid. It's going to be Atletico Madrid at home. What do you think about that, Matt? What do you think about that fixture?
Atletico Madrid is probably the most annoying team to play, ever. They're high pressure, counter attack. They defend very well, very strong defense. Godin's out, which is really going to affect them. But, you know, the biggest X factor is Antoine Griezmann, a really, really good young player who could become a world-class player in a few years. And he's put that team on his back and has carried them this far. He got that big brace against Barcelona in the second leg there, which really benefited him. The first being a great goal and the second being a penalty, whatnot. I'm happy Barca's out, to be honest. I did not want to see Barca win this year, guys. I really didn't. You know, and the Messi fanboys are probably going to hate me there, but so be it. You know, it's good. It's interesting. You know, they've collapsed, though, Barca. I mean, they've pretty much just collapsed lately, guys? They look just done. See, Luis Enrique, he's not a good manager. He's not a good manager, guys. Anyways, we're talking about Atletico Madrid here. Griezmann looks really, really strong, and Simeone is a really, really down and dirty manager. He doesn't care if you elbow the opponents. He doesn't care what you need to do to win. He'll do it to get that win. And I like Atletico's mentality here. They got to be going insane. We've beaten Barca. We can maybe knock down another giant in Bayern Munich. So it's going to be really interesting there. But, you know, on paper, Munich just looks unbeatable at times. They had that comeback against Juve, which I feel Juve blew it in a sense, but
no,
you can't knock them for coming back. It was a great comeback there. And I really like Douglas Costa. I mean, I've never seen a guy work so hard. Down on the wing, he comes back to defend, he creates plays, he's always doing everything he can there. And I like Douglas Costa a lot, and I feel that Bayern are the better team, and I feel they will advance. by this there. I'm wearing this for a reason, and I feel that they they do have a better goaltender in Manuel Neuer. If Boateng ends up coming back, they'll strengthen them with Godin out.
Mm-hmm.
That Munich will win. I feel Atletico will win their home game. I really do. I think they're going to pester Bayern to death.
Mm-hmm.
But Bayern will win back in Germany. So.
This is gonna be interesting here. What? I think the key factor here, if who comes through, is honestly I think it's Pep Guardiola. I'm not even going to go call into question whether he's a good manager or not. But you can't ignore stubbornness. And a lot of games recently he's been playing Kimmich as a center back, and it's just like, why are you doing that? Kimmich is, he's a great player. I think he's going to be the future of German.
Center back.
He's going to be the future of German midfield at some point. He's a really intelligent player, and I think that's going to be a huge factor. Not just the Kimmich, it's just his tactics in general, As you mentioned, Atletico Madrid are a very, very defensive team, but they have a really killer counterattack. And, the way Guardiola plays, that's his weakness. That's his kryptonite. And, he's got to get that stubbornness out. And, he's shown that since the beginning of Bayern. He's taken one of the greatest midfield partnerships in Schweinsteiger and what's his name there?
Javi Martinez.
Javi Martinez, and he's put Javi Martinez in defense, and it's just mind blowing.
You bought Benatia for 30 mil, and let's keep him on the bench. He's a good defender. Why is he on the bench? You have Kimmich, 5'9". He's no Cannavaro, by the way. Cannavaro was short, but at least he could defend. Kimmich, he's a midfielder, so it's not his fault. But he puts him on blast, and I'm just like, you're arguing with a 5'9" center back who should be playing center back in the first place, and you put Javier Martinez back there, like you said, which makes no sense, by the way, because he's a great holding midfielder, and you have to think, what is he doing? Could you imagine him playing Company as a striker or something stupid like that at City? Just takes, Fernandinho, puts Fernandinho back on center back. No, it doesn't make any sense.
And, I think that's, like I said, it's going to be a huge deal. Like I said, Boateng's coming back. He loves Boateng. And so he's definitely going to start. He's back in training. It's questionable whether he's going to start the first game or not. If not, he's going to start the second leg at home for Bayern. Benatia, if he plays him or not, which is a big factor. And, it's frustrating. As I'm not a Bayern fan. I'm a Germany fan. Just to see what he's done with the team, it's just frustrating. But trying to make my point here is that it's just frustrating. You have such a great team that can do anything. Anyone can score. Vidal can score. He's been really coming to his own lately. Like beginning of the season, it was like Vidal is probably one of the worst Bayern signings, and now he's been consistently scoring games. He's been a huge factor, minus his aggressive style of play, which falls short of having a red every game. He's been a great player for them. And they can score for anywhere. Muller can score. Lewandowski can score. Ribery's come back, he can score. You have players like Kingsley Coman comes off the bench, he can score. He's been a great player for them, as a loan player from Juve. And then you have like you mentioned, Douglas Costa, who has been arguably the best signing Bayern's had this season.
Probably
and he's just he is the best. And they just have such a great team, and you can have guys like Costa out or Lewandowski out, and then you have another guy just step in there, and I think that's a huge advantage they have over at Atletico Madrid. And not to mention, if Pep Guardiola continues to play Lam as defensive mid, he's got to put him as a right back. He learned his lesson last year. He put Lam on the right back, and they actually looked good.
Yeah.
And it's, and I'm not saying Rafinha is a bad right back, but he's nowhere near the level of Lam. And, it's nothing to Alaba. If he doesn't start Alaba and Lam as a right back, if you actually look at a lot of the historic winning teams, fullbacks, the teams with the best fullbacks usually always win. You have I would actually come to say that Alaba is the best left back in the world. And
yeah, there's no one.
I can't think of
I
anyone.
can't think of anyone right now that is probably better. I mean, Marcelo is not a left back. People get that through your head. He's not a left back by any means. He's a left mid. He only played left back because he didn't trust Coentrao there. That was Jose Mourinho didn't trust Coentrao there, so he played Marcelo there. He's not a left back. Danny Alves isn't a right back either. I just want to make that known. It's unnecessary, but I want to make that known. Danny Alves is not a right back. People, just get that through your heads. That's all I wanted to say there.
And Lam, having been for the longest time the best right back in the world, I don't know if he's at that level still now. You can say players like...
He's better than Rafinha.
He's
better than Rafinha.
Obviously.
It's like you have a club and country legend or Rafinha.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what you do, seriously? I mean, why is that even... why are you even struggling to put that together? It's like, it's pretty obvious you go with Lam and Alaba as your fullback. It's like, what are you doing? I mean, Bernat is not better than Alaba by any means, and neither is Rafinha. So it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, so it's basically it's all the Pep. I'm not trying to underhand or undermine Simeone. I think he's an excellent coach. Yeah, he plays a little dirty and he roughs up, and he will tell his team to do anything to win. And I'm not particularly a fan of that, but it works. And Atletico Madrid haven't really been a recognizable team. 5-6 years ago, but last 4 years, you can't argue that Atletico Madrid aren't one of the top teams in the world, and they've shown that they've lost key players, still staying up there. This is their 4th consecutive Champions League semi-final. That is impressive. You can't say anything about a team that made the semi-finals 4 years in a row.
Chelsea screwed them with Courtois, though. Chelsea completely screwed them over the Courtois.
No, I agree with you. They screwed him over with Courtois, but Oblak has been a phenomenal goalkeeper for Atletico Madrid this year. He's actually beaten Courtois for clean sheets. He's broke Courtois' record, if you didn't know that. He's been a phenomenal
he's had better defense in front of him than Courtois did, though.
No, I'll agree with you there.
I mean, Jimenez was like 19 at the time, and he's done better now, and Gordin has been really good. They've had better defense now in front of Oblak,
but
to be fair.
And I agree with you, but Oblak is a really good keeper, and I think Oblak can potentially become a really world-class keeper. Obviously, he's not there right now, but he's been really, really good for them.
Yeah.
And, again, Griezmann, he's going to be a huge factor for Atletico Madrid. And, not to mention Torres. Hey, forget all the history about Torres and Chelsea and Spain. But since he's came back to Atletico Madrid, Torres has really become to his own again, or close to.
Yeah.
He's the last 6 games he scored 5 goals. He didn't score last game, and that's seriously coming back to Atletico, coming back to his home. It's given him life. He's a rejuvenated player. Obviously, he's 30, 31 years old.
Yeah.
He's not the same young enigmatic player that he used to be, but he's been putting in goals for Atletico Madrid. He's been putting in big goals for them, just as much as Griezmann.
Yeah.
And they signed Carrasco a year ago, and he's been really good for them. And
really good, yeah.
Just their midfield is great. I think Atletico have a really well-rounded team, but I'm calling for Bayern Munich. It's like I said, it's up to Pep.
It's gonna be a Bayern Madrid final. It looks like that's gonna be interesting.
Bayern Madrid final.
UEFA are gonna be pissed because the way they set it up, it looked like it would have been Madrid and Atletico. And I'm pretty sure they wanted that. I'm pretty sure Platini really wanted that, but
hey,
so we're not trying to get sued or anything by UEFA. We're just saying, it may be fixed. That's all I'm saying.
No, if it's fixed, Atletico, Real Madrid, or Bayern City. That's what I'm saying. I'm not to take away from the teams, but if that happens, I'm calling it fixed. No matter how good the teams play. But we have to wait and see. And you know what? That's it for our video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We made some really controversial comments, and we have differentiated opinions.
We like to argue.
We like to argue.
So be it. We like to argue.
Yeah.
No, it's just our next video, guys, will be round 2 of the NHL playoffs. Final Game 7 is tonight, Chicago, St. Louis, and then Nashville also plays tonight. So if they go to Game 7, it'll be on Wednesday. So we'll be looking to release a video maybe Thursday for that one
Mhm.
on round 2, Thursday or Friday around there. But yeah, that's our video, guys. As usual, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and we'll see you next time.